Hocus, I don't really feel satisfied with our ending, our conclusion to Growing Grandpa. Did you feel satisfied?
I mean, look, in my head, I just keep hearing this, like, Grandpa's back again. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Grow it in your basement, my friend. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Grandpa, oh, Grandpa's back again.
I'm just imagining some sort of 80s family sitcom.
You got it.
With Adrian after she's used the demon to bring back her to create, either to kill her parents or like sever their souls, change them in some way to make them her ideal, or if Grandpa just destroyed them and replaced them with homunculi parents. I don't know. But just them in this magical sitcom where like she's coming home from school and the mom's being a sitcom mom and the dad smoking his pipe and Grandpa's in the basement. So like Grandpa, there has to be a line with like Grandpa sitting in his chair and it's just cut to the basement. Detritus, destruction, monochromatic grayscale, and it's just this lurching, breathing, undulating. Growing my grandpa's back forever.
Introducing Grandpa! Exclamation mark plus. Now you can grow your grandpa in the garage. He got an upgrade in his living situation.
Tonight the part of Grandpa will be played by Tony Danza.
God.
You would have to do that soap opera thing where they have cameos. Although this growing your own grandpa in a basement is there's a franchising toy line that Yames is just leaving on the table.
Plushies.
Oh God, growing grandpa plushies. All right, I got it. That's yeah.
Halloween. It's Halloween.
Yeah.
Growing
Oh
grandpa,
God.
the like little vinyl stickers you can put on your window.
Oh, okay, good. I maybe it's just something wrong with me. I took that in a Chris Chan direction almost immediately.
Do you hate your children?
You know
now
someone's gonna use it for
introducing
that.
the perfect way to scare them away from Thanksgiving. Grow your own grandpa.
He's gonna talk about politics. Even if he's right, he's gonna say it the wrong way and cause a scene with your feminist aunt.
Oh Lord. Let's click start.
She
Let's
teaches
click start.
history at Vassar.
I think this is the record for most time at the start screen for us.
Yeah, we've definitely lollygagged. But I think the Growing Grandpa sitcom has legs, or at least it will soon once it's done growing. Oh yeah, you didn't see the original. You didn't see the original setup. I excused Adrian during music class today and spoke with her about her recent string of demerits. It was the first meeting outside of... So this is... Okay, see, upon replay, now I'm starting to realize some things. So this therapist, this school, we were talking about SSRIs and pills. This quarterly evaluations with the staff therapist? This is some Orwellian shit. You just have to constantly meet with another official in the school. Like the teachers and Okay, yeah, no, I'm starting to see why she's so open to, the demonic.
Let's see. I imagine little snub-nosed Adrian over there is like snorting every time she breathes.
Oh no, that's just my cat. I don't know if the mics can pick up little snory fuzzy or not. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's so basically Adrian, she's shy. She doesn't participate in anything. Especially instead of participating in mandatory group activities, she will sit alone and accept that she will receive a demerit. Maybe she doesn't want to play your little mind-washing fuck games. Like, maybe she just sees through it. Maybe she knows that this is all one gigantic kabuki theater.
Much worse. Adrian's a very simple child, and they're misreading everything. Adrian's as oblivious as it gets.
No, I mean, well, that's the two ways we could go with this. Either she responds to the abuse and neglect and this soul-crushing system by becoming very naive and sheltered, or she could just... I prefer to think of her as very resolute and she grew her own grandpa. Most kids would not do this. You have to have balls to summon a demon. Not necessarily brains, but definitely balls.
What is she in? Pre-K? Kindergarten?
Let's say middle school.
Middle school?
Late middle school to early high school.
Can you imagine Grandpa 2? Grandpa Plus in high school?
Yeah, this is she's having crushes on boys now and sitting at the locker.
A very cute gang boy comes by on his motorcycle and they hook up when she's going to college, and so the Grandpa Plus college edition iteration has drug usage and firearms and stabbing people in it because gang affiliation. It's like the Hell's Angels Grandpa.
and every episode could end with Demon Grandpa providing some kind of earthly wisdom, like when the bad boy wants to make her smuggle drugs, and instead she turns him in, and Grandpa just sits her down on his lap and says,
the 80s sitcom style episode, the two episodes, a pair of episodes, the one where it's Grandpa, she's introducing boyfriend to Grandpa and Grandpa disapproves and tries to scare the boyfriend away. And then there's the one where Grandpa approves and the boyfriend is wait, no, I changed my mind. I don't want to be a part of this. And Grandpa's no, you're part of the family. It's just he's I can't get out. The doors are stuck.
She said she wanted to go to junior prom. Is it junior varsity prom? I don't know.
They'd have that in middle school, right?
I don't know. Oh,
where
yeah.
They hold hands for the first. They wear finger condoms and hold fingers.
No, I think this is one of those weird prep schools. I remember now because she's got the whole suit and tie. This is some kind of, I'm going to assume, Catholic prep school.
I'm going to. I don't trust this apple once again.
Yeah.
Wait, is that finger tapping? I never noticed that.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. The therapist is trying to reach out to her through the way of make-believe. She's so what do your parents do? Just tapping her finger Jesus fucking Christ. I just want to get through this and get to my lunch break. She's eyeing that apple. Fighting? They were fighting, shouting. I came in to help, and they shouted at me. They said, go clean up downstairs, so I went.
I'm piecing things together I hadn't noticed before. So, okay, they showed us 2 blank pages.
That sounds tough. Do they fight a lot? Wow. No. Well, they God, just spit it out already, Adrian. I'm sitting here, I'm trying to communicate with you. I'm engaging in your ridiculous, farcical stories about something growing in your basement. Tell me about the basement. Just what do you do in the basement? God, I could be streaming something on Netflix right now. I could be watching the charming new Agitprop or something, one of Pravda's new greatest releases. Well, it was weird at first, stuff down there. I found something living, sort of. Yeah, at that moment, if the therapist actually gave 2 halves of one shit,
that's what I'm saying.
Which I guess would still be one shit.
This therapist is left-handed. We see the left hand. The other hand must be face palming, right? Before this scene started, we saw the therapist's notes. They were blank. And we had a promise, an unspoken promise from the therapist that at the end of the session, the notes would still be blank. And now we see this promise being fulfilled.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any paper on the table. I don't see a hand writing on paper. These notes are not being written. All we see is the left hand, which should be writing, tapping on the table.
God,
There's the notes.
By
is
indulging,
tell me. What's on that paper?
I think there might be. I think you probably just can't see it, but there's slight lines implying some kind of scribbled writing as the paper slides out of the manila folder.
Do those look like enough lines for the conversation that just happened?
No, the therapist may as well be doodling. Because again, by indulging in her fantasies and stories, I was able to glean more of an understanding of Adrian's anxiety surrounding her home and her parents. Like, she's not... You're hitting the ball, you're hitting it right on the nose. She's not paying attention. Like, she's just tapping her fingers. She's supposed to be done with this. If she's just sitting there thinking, God, if I just had the legal authority to give you pills.
I've got so many pills I want to experiment with.
Yeah, instead it's just one of those, and I'm just assuming the therapist is a woman, could easily be a dude. I don't know. We're just gonna. I don't want to assume the therapist's gender, right? They, them. The symbols of Adrian's story seem to carry their own traumatic weight, and her exploration of the basement may very well be a vehicle for the conveyance of her anxiety. Yeah, it's all just, she just thinks it's all make-believe. So again, everything that we're going to see, she's like, oh, how imaginative. That is just...
Nah, man. Look, this therapist could have been so much more interesting with these, like, flawed thoughts, too. The therapist could have been like, oh my goodness, the basement's a metaphor for vagina, and she said she saw something living in there, sort of.
Oh, man. See, it's just... See, we fed him meat, right? That was one of the endings. There's at least one more ending, right?
Hey, chia.
Oh God, it is. It's just imagining a chia pet, but as it would be like one of those Omega Mart commercials.
Sort of.
Yeah, it's the Omega Mart chia pet. As the commercial continues, you're growing it, but it moves to be in different positions in different rooms for each shot. Is that? Oh.
Massage
okay.
it.
I think that's the core right there.
Store all of your emotional, like, not the backlash, but the things that you want. Like, you want to be comforted and loved. Give all of that to this chia pet. Fill it like a balloon till it pops.
Okay, maybe the therapist is a bit, because she says she found a false wall under the stairs, but that makes sense, though. Like... That would be something that would make sense. Although I bet you that's not magical glue. That's just any old glue. So what do you have? What are you curious about, Hocus? Because there's a lot of different ways we can probably go about this. I'm still convinced this will definitely be the vegetarian run, but I don't. Oh right, the shamanism. A certain form of magic relating to the binding of demons to a sorcerer's will. A demon called the Heaven of Needles, or the Angel of Needles.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of funny. You had mentioned aliens last time, or in our last run, and there's a very interesting nexus between the demonic and the occult, and the extraterrestrial.
If I recall, there's like this theory or philosophy that, like, it's dangerous to send messages to try to communicate with aliens. Like, yeah, sure. There's the possibility that they could be friendly and be like, oh, look, there's someone out there. Let's go see what's up. And oh, well, here, let's share what we have. Yeah, sure. I suppose that's possible.
Yeah.
But if we reflect on the history of life that we know, when have humans done that? When they civilized America, they didn't. When they, like, not civilized, but when they came over here from Europe to America, that's not how they treated the Native Americans. That's not, like, humanity has not done that. Why? What evidence do we have to believe that an alien species would do that to us?
Oh, absolutely.
So, since there's no evidence that would happen, argument poses that there's at least equal chance that they would be malevolent and they would come over here and use us for resources and dispose of us if we're not useful to them. Yeah. So reaching out's dangerous. And so what I was trying to explore here was, like, what about with this grandpa guy? What if your neighbor's growing a grandpa? What if he toss out feelers? I hated the psychologist because the psychologist is the only feeler I see that we toss out, and the psychologist right too long. What if we talk to the neighbor and we're like, yo, I'm growing this grandpa. Like, the neighbor's like, oh, dope, I'm growing a grandma. It's like, oh.
God. Like, that would be the worst Courage the Cowardly Dog episode ever. Or the best. Oh, now she's having emotional outbursts. See, this is, again, it's like, She doesn't realize it, but already the chaos is seeping into her life, and she doesn't see it. Oh yeah, so another meeting with the counselor. She's emotionally disturbed. Her shyness and withdrawn. Of course, the therapist is like, no. She's very different. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. I'll just... Basically, once again, she's finding out about the grandpa. Grandpa was a PhD, an unorthodox one. I'm going out on a limb here. I'm guessing... I always set this in Vermont, honestly. Just...
I thought this was at University of Cambridge.
Appalachia for grad students. Oh, yeah, so this time I'm thinking we're just going to feed him nothing but garbage, and we're gonna try to figure out like what all is in him. Wake Grandpa up. Hey, Grandpa.
Grandpa, I'm gonna feed you a blueberry. Hey, doesn't make you... Oh God, it doesn't make me happy.
Yeah, it's just this shambling tendril. It's the angel of needles. Those are all feelers that, in the same way that a snake's tongue tastes the air, it essentially senses everything. Okay, yeah. The feeding Grandpa, teaching Grandpa. Let's see. First things first, we're going to clean out the kitchen and the study corner. I believe there's new stuff that appears. Oh god, what if... Okay, good, it's the same stuff. I was like, what if everything's randomized?
I mean, how much more randomized can trash get besides being trash?
Again, I think I made this observation one time before, but the parents are just upstairs yelling and fighting the entire time. So, and they're coming downstairs and putting garbage in here throughout the course of this quest.
I don't like... No, you are so wrong. You don't give these parents the credit they deserve in so many ways. Like, you know, like, you can't just fight indefinitely like that. You have to construct arguments and go back and, like, not even full arguments. I'm not saying sanity. I'm saying, like, but you have to, like, make a list of things to scream.
Adrian's parents are useless eaters.
Like, you're telling me they don't run out of things to scream about and get tired? I'm telling you, like, these guys have to put effort in to be able to maintain this anger relationship all the time.
That is true. Like, they really are abusing her. But just imagine, Adrian, it's fine. They have the best hate sex in the world.
I mean, there's that. And then, could she have really ever have grown a grandpa without this? Like, they every part of the puzzle was important. You can't, don't diminish the parents that way. I know they don't have names.
Yeah, that's right. If her parents weren't throwing all this trash down here, we wouldn't have this ample opportunity to grow a grandpa.
Look, we know that the mom didn't age, and we know that the dad looks like he's a woman in, like, the fucking Woodstock concerts.
God, I remember that. Yeah, the dad looked like a supermodel, and the mom looked like a little boy.
Life choices, you know? Or I guess nowadays it would be life in choices, in decisions.
I don't know. Oh, wait, this is the doll drawer. I don't think there was ever anything inside the drawer full of little doll heads. Oh, there's something. Immediately ate those words. The same way Grandpa's gonna eat these batteries.
I guess batteries are vegetarian, right?
Technically, yes. I guess a battery would be considered not only vegetarian, but vegan. So you're doubly virtuous.
There you go.
I'm going to try and outdo you, though, by just sustaining myself on mineral water and sawdust.
Good for you.
Yes.
I'm not going to partake in this game.
I'm not even going to shower.
I'm going to eat things that make me feel bad.
I'm just going to eat hardtack and
but I'm gonna like the way they taste. And apparently, you're gonna eat things that make you feel bad, and you're not gonna like the way they taste. That's the difference between us.
No, it tastes like being on the right side of history, Hocus.
I mean, I feel like all the sides of history are wrong because they all end up in death, disparity, and repeating.
All I'm gonna do, I'm never gonna shower. I'm never gonna use soap.
Okay.
I'm just going to, I'm gonna bathe in nature.
And see, this is why I'm so open to becoming an android and removing the like negative feeling with my senses, so that then I can gaze at you with all of my sensors and be like, he's smelly, but not have to be like, oh, take a shower, holy fuck. Like I don't want to have to feel that part of it. I just want to have the data that you're being disgusting. Like I don't want to experience it.
Yeah, just the confirmation of it, essentially.
Like a report. Like,
Yeah.
like when you're a kid and you bring home a report card. Your mom doesn't want to sit in the classroom all week and like watch you be a little dick. She'd rather have the teacher do that and just tell her, hey, your son's a dick.
Yeah, but eventually you would just become hardened like the angry homeless guys in front of gas stations where initially the shock wears off and then you're just like, yeah, I get it, I smell.
Yeah,
No.
but who else in life gets so much enjoyment from spinning a nickel on the sidewalk? Have you ever looked at one of those guys, the way they jump around and laugh as they spin a nickel on the sidewalk and their lunacy and shit like that? And then and for the few split seconds they're distracted from the misery that they're living in, and then the nickel stops spinning and they get all sad again. Like, I don't know. You don't live close enough to under a bridge. There's more crazies on my side of town.
Yeah, I'm more. You have the more crazy side of town. I have the more. Why are there increasingly more ambulances every day coming by side of town?
Yeah. Around here, it's like an ambulance starts going, and people are like, "Oh shit, let me get in on that," and they turn on their ambulance siren and start following, and they don't even have the call.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
just like, "What's up, dude? What's up?"
Can't possibly imagine what that's going on. You know, in fact, it didn't even happen. Never happened, right? No, we have to pretend like it didn't happen, otherwise we get demonetized.
What happened?
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, look, it's Mom. Okay, I guess maybe we weren't paying very close attention. She's not a young boy. She's a perfectly handsome woman.
Of the age of young?
I don't know. Maybe it was one of those,
Okay.
There we go. Go ahead and just make that. We're not going to use it, don't worry. Although I am, if at some point I do actually find the actual, oh, I don't want to offer that yet. Let's see, feed Grandpa. If we actually do figure out how to create that third totem. Oh, there we go. I was aiming for the wrong holes in the burlap.
I mean, out of context, you would have made a horrible Jesus of Nazareth. Can't even fucking sew up your own satchel.
a lettuce and cashews. God, we'll call that a grandpa salad. Oh God, we have to teach Grandpa more words.
Teach him, don't be a lil bitch, Grandpa.
Hello, Grandpa.
I'm glad Adrian's a girl instead of a boy. I feel like this would be much more disgusting with the implications. Like, what are you tickling Grandpa's throat with, Adrian?
No, see, the thing is, like, if they were doing, especially in today's, shall we say, personal as the political climate in gaming, I think the only way they would make Adrian a boy is if it was in some sort of, like, demonizing way, where, like, you know, instead of making his parents not fight, he's like, yeah, my parents fight a lot and they yell at me and treat me like shit, but, like, there's this chick at school that I really want to fuck, so could you, like, make a fuck doll version of her for me? And the demon's like, I've offered you power beyond measure. Yeah. I just make the fuck doll, like, snappy. And again, just to make their own weird political statement. Okay, so it looks like Adrian's kind of, calming down, opening up. Things are better. Looking out for her. Don't really care about Adrian. Just want to know what that other ending is. But yeah, no, so that because the thing is, Adrian's basically doing what you were talking about with Aliens. Like she's reaching out, and that's kind of where with Aliens, I as strange as it sounds, I find myself increasingly more in they aren't necessarily extraterrestrial, but more extra-dimensional. And at that point, it's like, oh, okay, so it's demons. And the thing is, as you keep digging, more and more people are like, oh yeah, no, the aliens are actually extra-dimensional. And I'm like, okay, so that sounds kind of like a demon. It's like necromancy or summoning anything. It's just going to imprint on what you want.
It's kind of like the battle between the Bigfoot and the Yeti people. Where, like, a lot of them want to include the other one in their category, and then there's a lot of them that are like, no, they're distinct. I want to say there's at least 3 factions. There's the, no, big feet aren't Yeti, and they're like, no, Yeti aren't big feet, which really I classify as one faction. There's the, hey, they're the same, and then the final faction to me is the one says the other one's not real.
It's, how do I put this? It's kind of like...
And I enjoyed phrasing it that way, because that way I put opposing factions together in every instance. That way I put them all together 100% when you count all the people divided between both groups, and each of my classifications includes 100% of all the people.
Yeah, it's like Alien versus Predator. No matter who wins, we lose. Like if you were driving on the side of the street and then I told you, oh, hey, Hocus, look, there's a guy, let's give him a ride. You probably wouldn't want to give him a ride even if he was like super nice and didn't seem sketchy at all, right? You'd still be hesitant, right?
Okay.
You might want to step out on a limb.
See, here's where I'm different from most people. Because yes, what you just said, I feel that way. But I feel that way whether it's a homeless vagrant person or if it's a super cute person or whatever that I'm attracted to. They're a random person on the street. I don't want, even if you were like, oh, look, this girl that you're attracted to and blah, 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 she can ride in your lap. Like, no, that's still a stranger. Where I live, it's very hot and humid outside. I'm gonna be like, they're gonna be sweating on me. Like, this is bad. No, thank you. I'll just wait at the gas station. You can drive them home. Like, that's the better option than having a random stranger off the side of the street that I could imagine a million horrible things about sitting in my lap for who knows how long. I don't discriminate between the
well, it's not discrimination, it's just being
stranger
discerning. Like, if you're going down an alleyway, if your two choices are either the dark alleyway or the well-lit path, and the dark alleyway has, like, big, scary dudes in it, and the light, well-lit path has an old grandma in it, you're gonna take the old grandma path. Like, yeah, there's the possibility that Granny's gonna reach into her purse and pull out a gun and just say, like, give me a pants, knuckle! But that's statistically less likely. Right?
I would argue more that the known path is preferred. Because what if those dudes in the alley are your friends? Like, what if you're a fucking meth head?
Yeah, there's lots of possibilities. Yes.
And that's the meth head alley where your guys pass out and shit like that. That's the alley you know.
Yes.
Why would you go through the street light with the grandmas, the grandpas that might call the police when you're walking through the regular side of town, the civilized people? Like,
there's lots of multiple variables that could change it, but all things being equal, assuming that we are to assume all the things we would from that data, knowing only that data, not knowing those people, not being related to them.
With all the things you implied, yes, you're right.
Okay, so yes, so we all do have basic survival instincts. Now, God, what the fuck was I even talking about? Oh, so you're driving a taxi, and not a taxi, you're driving your car, and someone's like, hey, I need a ride. And you're like, oh, okay, and they seem nice, and you're about to give them a ride, like someone you might trust and want to help. You're in that mood. Now, what if I tell you that person is an actor? a trained actor.
Well, you're feeding into my reasons of not wanting to help.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You would. Oh, I forgot to do this part. But yeah, like exactly. You wouldn't want to. You wouldn't be in a really big hurry to help that person because they're an actor. And this creature, like most of these demons, or if you're summoning the dead or doing anything like that, there's always the risk that like they're just telling you what they know you want to hear.
Yeah, there's also like, I don't know if wisdom is the right word, but like what you get from experience, right? Like, so I don't know. I've been mugged a few times. And so, like, I'm...
Well, clearly, if you're just going down alleyways and trusting meth heads.
No. I never have.
No, I know.
but, like, I am less likely to not think about the possibility of getting mugged. I'm more likely to have that pressing in the back of my mind when helping a stranger than someone who hasn't been mugged. Someone who hasn't gone through that. Someone who doesn't know someone who's gone through that. Someone who's completely alien to that situation. It's a cops and robbers scenario. It happens on TV. It's not real. Like, you know, I would be thinking about that because of my life's experiences. Like, but fuck, if you're someone who mugs people, if you are a mugger.
Yeah, that's why I don't trust people.
You look at the homeless people that are whatever, maybe not homeless people, the hitchhiker, you look at them different than what you and I are talking about right now.
I don't trust those homeless people. I set them on fire for sport. And they talk. And they know. They know my face. They have phones. They talk. Alright, let's see. I just go around giving them sandwiches with batteries stuck in them.
This is what Grandpa wants. He wants us to be talking about these nasty things.
Oh, God, definitely.
Grandpa, you winning with your subtle influence over everything. He's like, here's scissors. Did anyone ever teach you how to run? Yes, no, maybe, help.
I just remembered the code.
Cheater, plus game through. Cheater.
Well, let's see. Yeah, I don't need to use the scissors yet unless we want to go in there and check out those bulbous growths. So let's, I guess all we have to do left is... Wait, do we feed him already? Oh, no, we need to feed him. We just fed him, the decoy.
Kiwi, blueberry, pear, strawberry. Grandpa's going to have a healthy meal.
Found it in the desk and dusted it off.
Oh no. Grandpa's allergic to fructose. Is he gonna be gassy?
I don't know. I think that he, here we go.
Gassy Grandpa Graveyard. Don't smoke cigarettes here. Gassy Grandpa Graveyard.
He can't digest so good because he's old.
Didn't you hear?
Let's see.
Grandpa's 4 years old, 4 weeks old. He opened his eyes. He sneezed.
Yeah, things seem better, indulging in her weird fucking childish fantasies.
I still can't make out Adrian's face good enough. Is there a little bit of stuck-upness in that facial expression?
Oh, maybe. I'm not really sure, honestly.
Maybe Adrian's proud when she's talking about today Grandpa did it. I mean, I'm sure the fucking therapist is just hearing. It's like, that's great. You love your grandpa.
Womp, 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 womp.
You mentioned him last week, I think.
Sometimes I cut myself to relieve the pain. Fascinating. Doll's heads, you say?
That's good, that's good.
I think I made the observation at the beginning of this that every time I search it, there's nothing in there. And there's always just a red herring with a bunch of faces coming at you, just like when you cut the sacks open.
Oh, I saw the doll's face. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I saw it. It's like doesn't have the top part or something.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just like the bottom under the eyes, like the cheekbones, the nose, and the mouth.
Yeah, they would. I love that. The parents never put new trash in anything besides the study corner where they kept all the documents on what Grandpa was doing with this creature. Or they just throw it on the floor.
It's all good. Is flatbread vegan? Did they make it with meat oil or with vegetable oil? Watch some cook
canola,
being like, it's
probably.
called lard, you fucking idiot. God damn it. Are you sure you worked in a kitchen? You don't know what lard is? You meat oil? Get
No,
out of here.
that's part of the problem with Adrian's parents. That's why they have all these problems. That's why she's upstairs right now, calling her dad a limp dick little bitch because his body is both under and overnourished. He has no way of just everything about their life is poison, and it's poisoning them, and it's poisoning their child.
What the hell you do? This is like years worth of building up arguments to fucking have for hours and hours on end.
The society is priming them to create little demon summoners everywhere. Like this was society made Adrian.
Can you imagine how hard these parents' jobs are? Like, you have to sit down. It's like, look, we need you to argue for, like, ever, and you can't enjoy a millisecond of the argument. You are forbidden from enjoying the argument. You have to be fully 100% outraged for every syllable of every argument.
Oh no, they're absolutely getting off to this.
They're actually, like, not attached to this whole situation at all. They've like recorded, it's the same argument. They've recorded themselves, they just put it on play. They're just chilling, watching TV, you know, drinking, eating some, like, I don't know, penne Alfredo or some shit like that. And Adrian believes they're up there fighting. Adrian's whole, like, perception of the thing is wrong. The door's not locked. Adrian can totally leave the basement, but I mean, isn't that something I said in the last playthrough, that they met the parents and the parents were fairly nice?
Oh yeah, after they had been replaced by a demon. Downright pleasant.
Tell you what.
Dang old proper gentleman. There we go. I knew I'd forgotten something. In my haste, I forgot to find my flashcards. Alright, let's get this part over with first. Oh god, you know, I thought I would be desensitized to this by now. Oh, what? Uh-oh. I hit the wrong button there. We'll start with this one, I guess.
Can you be mean to Grandpa? Can you, like, are you allowed to be mean? Can you let Grandpa not grow? Is that an option?
Potentially, but if memory serves, if you don't do anything, you can't advance or even interact with the menu until after you've crossed the threshold and created the entity.
So you have to find that false door and go through it. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was trying to see, is like, is there a way to, like, not interact with Grandpa at all, to, like, not even make him?
No, there's no way to avoid that.
Railroaded like a train.
So I'm thinking there might only be two endings. The bad ending that you stumble upon if, for whatever reason, you can't open all the doors that the game is already leaning on. But I don't know.
Sorry,
Maybe
I
there's
couldn't
more to
focus
it.
on anything while you were doing that fucking Grandpa blowjob.
Well, don't worry.
I fucking hate that one.
It's all
so
over.
gross.
Don't worry, it's all over. There's nothing more to teach him this week.
Jesus, Grandpa makes me want to take bars. I am 100% against bars. I've known a lot of people who died from taking bars. A lot. So, yeah. Grandpa here. bad kind of inspiration.
Let's see, and then the mushroom. I think I'm not sure if it was 3 or 2 things this week. We need to check out his. Okay, he needs 1 more food item, but we'll pick up that flashlight. I think all of these things that were inside of him actually belonged to one of the guys who tried to interact with him before. So I guess that's what happened. That's the other ending as far as Adrian is concerned.
Wait, whoa. Whoa. Grandpa's cheating on me? Or wait, is Grandpa using me to cheat on a different grandchild?
Grandpa's using everyone.
What the fuck? Grandpa, you're sick. I thought we had something.
Yeah, it's like he's a demon or something.
You mean there's other little girls going to school being ignored by their psychiatrist? This is where we're saying we need to fucking reach out and see where are the other grandpas. Or maybe it's all the same grandpa, but we need to find the other victims. Like,
oh, you'd be surprised. Even in our own city.
Where's the sequel, Grandpa Noir? Where's the sequel to Growing My Grandpa, Grandpa Noir? Where?
Wait a second, Hocus. This never happened before.
What happened? That didn't never happen before.
Yeah.
That we're never gonna talk about.
I didn't make the dolls or feed him meat. I just
You gave him veggies, good stuff, fructose.
Something happened.
What?
The night before she woke up and something. Oh, we didn't perform the contract and the time ran out. So yeah, I guess it was either feed him meat and complete the contract or this ending happens. She woke up and she heard something calling. Oh, right.
Wait, am I understanding that this is not the way you expected this to end, even though you were expecting this to end?
I thought we had 1 more week.
I love it. You got surprised, even though you had it planned.
That's what science and magic are all about. Science and magic are about surprises. And that's the vent that connects. You know where that vent connects, Hocus? That's now open.
What?
It connects to Grandpa's cage. So now we have to climb inside of it.
Isn't that how we were always going to Grandpa, through a vent?
Yeah, she.
But why is it? What's different about the vent now than it was last time?
Grandpa's in the vents, and she could feel him hearing her thoughts. Whoa. Oh, what? Oh, wow. Oh, God. Okay, Hocus, I don't think she actually woke up. This is a dream, and this is Grandpa consuming and destroying her body. This is what it feels like to be consumed by the demon.
Okay. So you
Something
become
he had
part of the
made.
air duct? Breathe the air I give to you.
Yeah,
I am an air duct with Grandpa too. Is that us or Grandpa?
I think that symbolically is Adrian, yes.
Somehow she's more attractive without the little stubby big nose thingy on her.
Yeah,
face.
Adrian's dead.
Good. Okay.
Oh, she's kind of twitchy. Oh man, she is real twitchy. Oh man.
She's just saying. In the old days, when you sang, you had to use your eyebrows to emphasize note change. It's called accenting.
Oh wow. Later, when I was brushing my teeth, I saw one of Grandpa's whiskers poking just out of the space under my eye. It's like, Adrian, please get a hold of yourself. You're talking like the president. And I started to remember how in the vent he hid inside of me. Sliding around in her head, behind her forehead and behind her eyes and nose. It doesn't hurt, it's just ticklish.
I'm seeing this story as a metaphor for a worm eating an apple from the inside out.
Interesting. But the thing is that I remember, if I recall correctly, the demon said this isn't what it wanted to have happen either. It wanted her to complete the ritual, give it some sort of symbol, and then leave.
Yes, I remember in the last playthrough.
Wow! Finally, the therapist notices something. I'm starting to get worried, Adrian. You really should not be twitching like this. You're tweaking. We gave you way too much Adderall. She starts hitting that red button underneath the desk that calls the security guards who ship the children away to, like, the ward or whatever.
So now we have a demon fiending for Adderall.
What are you doing, Adrian? This is a new desk. Don't just touch things. I don't want you... You children are told not to touch anything at this school. Not the desks, not the books.
I'm one of those people with my middle finger's longer than my index. Adrian's one of those people that has the longest index finger.
Oh god, he's moving around inside of her, gathering at her fingertips. That's... Oh, wow. Why do you look like that? You don't have to be afraid. Look. Oh. Yep, that's it. That's the bad ending. I guess that's why that was all we had gotten all the achievements last time.
Huh, okay.
The failure of fulfillment. What is life but the failure of fulfillment?
Hey, we all get to die, I think. Which one of you has never died? Voice yourself now!
Well, that has been our Growing Grandpa segment. A game so nice, we grew it twice.
Grandpa's blowing away in the wind. Coming to your basement soon.
It turns out Yames actually has a whole lot of games and content that he's made. A lot of it kind of like this, with some body horror and definitely inspired by a Catholic influence that is no longer enjoyed. I'll say that. So we're gonna definitely check out more stuff by Yames in the future.
Wearing a hat, tipping it to you, Sir James. Yames, sorry.
Yeah, Yames. Yeah, you're good.
I had to say it right so everybody knows how to... Sorry, I had to say it wrong so everyone can hear how to say it right.
I have a weird sneaking suspicion that his name is James, and someone, like, growing up called him Yames. Yames.
Oh, goodness.
And that's, again, no, it's endearing. I love it.
Maybe it was his grandpa.
Probably, yeah. Dedicated to Yames' grandpa.